is a new type of genre called body horror. And, you know, this thing I think is flopping on its face. And our first movie, it's listed as horror mainly because of body horror, but it's really not a horror movie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the movie is called The Ugly Stepsister, and it comes to us from Poland. And I promised many of my friends I would not make any Polish jokes. But how do you mess up the story of Cinderella? You know what? Maybe it has nothing to do with Poland. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that this is a female director doing horror. And I know you're going to sit back and say, oh, there goes the professor again. He just simply does not like female directors doing horror. And I wish that were the only reason, but time after time after time, it proves to be true. And this movie is no exception. As I said, it's not actually a horror movie. It's the story of Cinderella. And what they've done is they've added a couple of scenes that are gruesome, okay? Like, for example, when the sister's trying to get her foot into the slipper and it doesn't quite fit, so she takes an axe and chops off the top of her foot so it will fit. You know, stuff like that. That doesn't, I think, qualify an entire movie as horror. I mean, if just gruesome, violent scenes meant a movie was a horror movie, then Sam Peckinpah did nothing but make horror movies. And we know that's not true. He made Westerns primarily. Charles Perrault's beloved fairy tale is placed in the hands of writer-director Emily Blichfeld. Now, she attempts to emulate the same equivalent tone as The Substance. You remember that movie with Demi Moore. I did a review on that earlier and told you that it was a really good horror movie up until the last 45 minutes when it went into the body horror genre. Alrighty, the theme is that beauty is superficial, but along the way, it distorts that message in Cinderella to a mockery of virginity and disdain for utilizing sex to gain societal status. Oh, and it also adds in the stupidity of men. Of course it would. Hey, I think now it's time to get an expert opinion on this, so let's peel back the veils of time and head back to the early Cretaceous period for the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Reel.
Cinderella transforms into the evil stepsister as Leah Myron portrays Elvira. This is Leah's feature debut, and she dispenses a stunning performance. Conversely, the wicked stepsister Agnes, played by Thea Sophie Loughness, transmutes into Cinderella, but is actually nothing more than a stable tramp. Director of photography Marcel Ziskind performs yeoman duty behind the camera, while editor Olivia Nerod-Holm, one of the dreaded three-named people, is schizophrenic. The first acts of the movie are smooth, but the third act is choppy and scurried. Overall, a banal rendering of Cinderella.
Also in The Ugly Stepsister are Anne Dahl Torp as Rebecca. She plays the mom or stepmom, depending on which character you're looking from. Isaac Komaroff as the prince, and Adam Lundgren as Dr. Esthétique. He is the eccentric doctor who attempts to alter Elvira beautiful through a series of quasi-modern cosmetic techniques, all delivered without anesthetic. The entire production is uneven, and inexplicably, in the final act, Elvira and Rebecca begin to refer to Agnes as Cinderella, even though no such character exists in the story. Plot confusion, we call that. Here's a look now at The Ugly Stepsister.
I'm going crazy. I've lost my mind. Best friend insanity. I've lost my mind. I'm going crazy. I've lost my mind.